everybody, and welcome. Today, I have a wonderful guest, Xenia. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, you are.
And what background is that?
So the name is Greek. However, my mom, I'm from Colombia, and my mom had a penchant for different names, was reading a novel and liked the name, so I got it.
Oh, how wonderful. When you're little, it's like everyone, I remember my name's Neha and wanting it to be the same, and it was so awful because it was so different.
Right.
And then as I got older, I thought to myself, oh, I'm so glad it's different.
Yes, exactly. Exactly the same experience.
Wonderful. Well, you're a brave soul willing to ask your questions so other people can learn. So tell me, what's been on your mind? What are you thinking about?
So ever since I saw the video of the Brene Brown on trust, that really resonated for me. So
what she's speaking about is there's a video Brene Brown did called The Anatomy of Trust. And so if you guys want to look it up, you can look that up as well. Okay?
Yeah. And what I realized is it's such a core piece for me. And one of the main reasons was I had a really pivotal situation in my life. When I was divorced, my mom and my sister opted to side with the man I was divorcing and disclosed information that was really harmful to me.
Wow.
Since then, way, way, way down deep inside has been, if my mom and my sister won't support me, why will anybody else?
If I can't trust family, how can I trust anybody?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. And you know what's bigger than, first of all, I just want to say thank you for bringing something so deep and so universal to life. And by universal, I mean betrayal.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that people have your specific situation, very commonly. I haven't heard that. But what I am saying is many people have a different version of betrayal. Whether it's by a friend, someone dating the person you liked when you were younger, whether it's somebody telling a secret that you thought was private, all the way to family siding with the man you're divorcing, right? So in a spectrum, yours is on like the insane intensity level, right? So say it again.
I said it did make me crazy. It was just, how can this be happening?
Yeah. How is this possible? Because I'm not just my own heart isn't just breaking. My family bonds and love in more arenas than romantic love are breaking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And so tell me, did you have a specific question around it that you wanted to talk about?
So trust, finding it in myself. So that no matter how chaotic the circumstances are surrounding me or how tenuous the circumstances are that I'm walking on, I can still find trust in me, that I'm going to be okay.
So tell me, how long ago was all of this?
The divorce? It's been a while. It's been about 15 years.
So did it all end up okay?
It did.
And was it the right move for you?
Yes.
You did.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It was the right move. And so now when you look back on yourself, you would say, my instincts told me what I needed to do. Yes. And it got messier than I thought it was going to get.
Yes.
And I found my way through.
Yes.
So you already have an enormous example of how if you trust yourself and listen to your intuition, it may not be easy, but it will be right for you. So what that tells me is you have a really strong sense of self and you trust your intuition, sometimes over what everybody else in the world is trying to get you to believe. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
Yeah. And so where is it that you think you don't trust yourself? Like in what aspect do you think you don't trust yourself?
There's a voice inside my head that keeps saying, you don't deserve this. You're not good enough. And that line keeps coming through is, if they didn't believe in you, why should you believe in you? So I survived it, but I haven't thrived.
Mm. And does that mean like you've limited your relationships and opening your heart, and you are, what I hear, you're ready for love
Yes.
again. So yay. I mean, how amazing. So I think maybe even the trauma of it would be that for 15 years, like there's always there's always a price to something, and then there's a payoff, right?
Mhm.
How things play out. And I know, do you like this? But the idea is, when the payoff exceeds the price, we keep things the same. The moment that the price exceeds the payoff is when we're ready to change. So what I know was, in your marriage, the price exceeded the payoff, and you had to get out.
Yes.
And then the price of you choosing that, right, was far greater than you anticipated.
Yes.
And that surprised you, and it shocked you. It was bigger than what you knew you were choosing, right? Yes. There were all these unintended consequences that came with it.
Yes.
And I think what you're trying to protect against right now is controlling that. Like, oh, this isn't safe because I think I know what I want, but what if things end up messier than I thought they were going to be? Mm-hmm. And I think what sounds most important is, you have not only chosen yourself so that you know you will. You can trust that the little girl inside you, the one who may have felt betrayed or trusted or had broken trust and felt betrayal, I would say that you would want to think of a time that was long before this. And think of how old you were the first time you felt that somebody betrayed you. Just tell me how old you are. You don't have to tell me what they did. But when was the first time you felt betrayed by somebody? They told a secret that you didn't want told. They left, and you didn't think they were leaving, right? Like,
yeah,
a little girl.
Yeah.
How old were you?
About 4-ish, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't even need to know the story. But what I know is that little girl grew up, and she became the adult she wished she had when she was 4. That's you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't leave her anymore. You don't leave her. You say, even if this is painful, and even if there's unintended consequences, I'm siding with you, little 4-year-old, and I'm going to pick you up in my arms, and you and me, we're always going together from here on out. That's what you did by taking the steps to heal you. Now, the betrayal that came after that was surprising and shocking, and even the adult didn't expect that.
Right.
And I think what you've done now is, what have you done over these 15 years to help yourself heal?
Work, 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 work.
Oh, you transferred into work addiction. Got it. Healthcare loves it when you transfer into work addiction, by the way. So for those of you watching, Xenia is a nurse, and she's been taking my course to heal burnout. And so I have one for healthcare professionals called Self-Care in Healthcare. And she has been in that. So now what you're saying is, it has been really great to channel that energy into healing and serving others. And there's a part of my heart that is ready to have intimacy and connection for me as well again.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got the chills. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
You deserve that love that you give to everybody else. You deserve that. Mm-hmm. And so that little girl is always going to come with you. And no matter how you risk in love, you will always choose her above something that is unhealthy for you. Mm. Right? Because she's relying on you. She's depending on you. And now it's time for the adult to start trusting that you're not who you were 15 years ago. You're a smarter, wiser version of you. You can take things slow if you want to take them slow. you can open up and get to know someone and not be physically intimate with them until you feel emotionally connected to them. There's lots of, so tell me what the lessons you've learned in the last 15 years have been. If you could give yourself, the top 5 lessons in love, what did you learn from that whole experience from before and the last 15 years of you giving yourself time and space to heal?
So listen to the red flags.
Pay attention to who people are because they show you who they are. You have to believe them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm stronger than I thought I was, and that I'm worth more than I thought I was. That when I reach out, people reach back.
Like they'll extend a hand. If you reach out, they're going to extend their hand and they'll be there for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what do you know about vulnerability and control and what do you know? Like, what does your heart know for sure now? Take a nice deep breath in.
Mm-hmm. So I don't have to do it alone. Mm-hmm. I always felt that I needed to be strong and just press on and push through it. That I'm stronger when I'm with others, and that requires me being transparent and me exposing my hurt, and people will come around and be there for me. Mm-hmm. Vulnerability does not make me weaker.
Mm-hmm. It's in fact the only path to intimacy and connection. So scary and not as scary as you isolating yourself and confirming that through that isolation you're never allowed to have love.
Wow.
That to me is a little scarier. When you are the one solidifying the path that you will not let anybody else in, no matter what. That is the 100% guarantee that you're going to get the thing that you fear most. And so there's this other piece to it that I think is really beautiful. I believe it was Brene Brown who said in an interview that there's vulnerability, and and vulnerability is one level. But when we're seeking intimacy is vulnerability plus self-trust plus self-worth equals intimacy. So in this idea, it's intimacy is a different level of vulnerability. And it's allowing someone in and being vulnerable while we still hold the strength of knowing who we are. Right? We don't lose our boundaries of who we are. You will always hold that 4-year-old dear and near to you. You'll also hold the woman who was 15 years ago who got surprised. But when you're scared now, you're going to say it out loud. You're going to say, you know what? Thank you for that offer. And I'm noticing that I'm weary or I'm cautious about taking you up on it. And can I sleep on this tonight? And I'll let you know in the morning. That woman, she doesn't think she needs to give an answer in the moment. She knows that she's going to listen to her body. She's going to listen to the 4-year-old. She's going to listen to the woman from 15 years ago. And she's going to use the collective wisdom of her body to ask for what she needs in relationship. She's ready.
Yes. And in relationship at work, all relationships.
Yeah.
Because it's not just intimacy. I think my boundaries have been very well established to the point where I keep people at a distance, and that sort of limits me, and I think I have more potential.
So first, let's just talk for one moment as we wrap up about why those boundaries have been important. Those boundaries have been important, and the reason you needed them was to stay safe. Your safety got violated on a primal level. You needed space, distance, and safety. So the first thing you want to do is thank that strategy of yours. Thank you, boundaries. Thank you, space. Thank you, isolation. Thank you, because now I've been able to heal and recover. And now I'm a little nervous. I'm a little scared. But guess what? The payoff of love is higher than the price now because I've healed. And maybe if there's a place that hasn't quite healed, it might show up in the first few times I date or the first few times I go out. But I trust myself. I trust this body. I trust my mind. I trust my heart that I will choose what's right for me and I will speak up. How are you doing? How yeah? So what are your takeaways? Really, I saw the takeaways in love. And then is there anything else that you want to say to the people out there that may have gotten hurt in love or felt betrayed and have transferred their energy into working all the time or, you know, some other way to keep themselves busy because they're too scared to attempt love again? What would you say? What would you say to them?
I acknowledge the fact that you made it through a very difficult situation and trust that you're healing, trust that you'll be there for yourself, and trust that you'll be okay once you step out again.
And if you make a mistake, it's okay. Do a take two. Take two.
Yeah, take two.
You know, have grace for yourself because often we're our worst critics.
Yeah.
You know? And like, what if we were just nice to ourselves and treated ourselves as kindly as you would treat that 4-year-old that you're holding on to? Right?
Yeah.
All right. Any of you out there who know this resonates and you're ready to go back out again, just know you're not alone, that this human experience of betrayal and love and connection and all of it's so juicy and we're all in it together. So go out there and trust yourself and it's time to love again.